In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this custom Conquest figure. Before we put it all together, I gotta 3D sculpt a couple parts just to make it stand out from all the other really bad customs out there. I'll show you a couple pictures here. Ping, 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 ping. I wanna make this thing look good. All right, so let's go ahead and 3D sculpt the parts necessary. I think in general, when it came to the structure of the figure, yes, we're using the atom body, but I want to make it stand out. I feel like one weak area that the atom body has is its neck and how there's not enough trap muscles in there like Conquest does in the comics. So let's go ahead and sculpt that. I also want to use actual boots for the character, like actual like Mesco style boots. So we're going to do an adapter for that. The gauntlet, I don't want it to be one piece. I want it to be two pieces from the forearm and the actual hand. So we're going to make it articulated hands. Also, I'll be sculpting out the belt for Conquest. And yeah, dude, all these things are going to be available on my Etsy if you want to get them, but these are for me to put into the figure. Now that we have them printed, let's go ahead and put into the figure. So here we have the gauntlets already printed. I mean, having the bodies does help out a lot. It's kind of like a snug fit. There you go. But yeah, it still maintains the movement, the articulation and all that. You know, it looks a little bit better overall. So since I'm already here, because I'm gonna do a bunch of gluing and taking apart and all this stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and shave away the excess plastic on the bottom here of the ab crunch, just because these bodies are really thick. Sometimes it hinders the articulation. Plus, I'm putting a suit on top of it, so it's all gonna be hidden away, so it doesn't really matter, just as long as you get a really good silhouette. So this is the regular one. See how forward he goes? Not much. Like the ab and the top of the thigh make contact, so that blocks the articulation. So for example, if this guy's bending over, these two parts, they connect. But what I did is I grinded away those intersecting parts. And then, whoa. Not that we've ever seen Conquest do this shit, right? But it's just nice, you know? Can you really tell which one was shaven down? No, not really. So I think that's a lesson for Muff Toys, right? I think that's the company that does it. Muff Toys, just shave away that area and you'll have probably the best muscular articulated bodies. That's basically what I'll be doing to that Conquest. Let's go ahead and do it. When it came to grinding down the body parts, you just want to grind down big chunks and then sand away the excess so it's just a little bit smoother and it doesn't stick out from the suit. There you go, look. You can do, it's just a posing. It's just 1,000 times better, you know? A lot of work. But anyway, when it comes to this one, damn, dude, look at that posing. Right now, let's go ahead and glue the trap muscles to the traps and give it a little bit more, you know, humph.
You're just a bitch. Honestly, that's not me trying to be some.
Look at that. It's just, it completes it a little bit more, you know? And then when you put like a cloth on top of that, it's just kind of like even better. Now I just gotta wait for that to dry. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and paint. I'll do the belt and the boots. Yeah, let's do those. I think these boots are by 6" plus, maybe. Miguel sent them out to me, but I didn't want to go too complicated with it. I just did a gray dry brushing on top of it just to match with the rest of the suit by C4 Charles. But it gets the job done. It's gray, and then here we have the suit. So just as long as it's similar to the kind of gray with the suit, I think it should be good, you know. Let's go ahead and do the other boot, and then we'll put it all together, and then I'll leave the head for last because the head is probably the most complicated part to paint. Yeah, let's go ahead and spray them a bit. And for anybody asking what kind of clear I use, I only use Super Mr. Clear. There's matte and there's shiny. Okay, in this next part, we're gonna be dealing with a white suit, so I don't want to get any stains on it. This is the first time I put this on. You've got to be really careful to not get it, you know, all bloody fucking dirty. The suit is by C4 Charles. You can get it on eBay or Etsy. Just be on the lookout. Sometimes he doesn't have the same stock in eBay or in Etsy. So if you just navigate between those two, I'm sure you can get something if you get lucky, of course. And now when it comes to putting on the suit, it's a little bit difficult. I recommend you take apart the figure from the waist, just so you can put the legs first and then the upper body and then connect when it's like already all together. So if you follow me at this point, man, you should already know how to sew. We're gonna sew the back. I think the skirt, we could probably just like glue it into place.
That's a lot of damage.
I will repeat myself. If you don't know how to sew, Google it. It's pretty straightforward. We're doing the ladder stitch. Look it up on YouTube. It's pretty simple. Basically, you're going side to side to close it up from the end so it can be a seamless look. I know it's not as seamless because I'm not that good, but it gets the job done and it doesn't stand out too much. And when it comes to the skirt, you just want to shove it into this from the side all the way to the middle and then wrap it around the back. I also found this base on the printer program for Bamboo Labs, and it's usually for miniatures, but I'm gonna make it work for Conquest. I'm gonna just paint it up. Also, I want to take this time to ask you if you could please subscribe, comment the salute emoji, like the video if you have, and I invite you to check out my Etsy because a lot of the projects that I have here, I also have them available through there. Also, I made a Discord and join it as well. Thank you. Back to the video. We've made it to the hardest part of the video, which is painting the faces. The face, basically, I just went for a regular skin tone and then I dab away the excess when it came to the washes. And it was just basically a layering of washes and skin tones, washes and skin tones. And eventually it gave me this. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I kind of don't like this head that I made. Let's go ahead and do it again. The original one I've been using for the longest is this one by Printed Pucker on 3D Colts. It's good. It's good. It's definitely realistic, definitely more my style. But I did find these that go a little bit more comic style, you know, which are not bad. And then this head is made by JD Custom Factory on 3D Clothes. So check them out. Basically, I'm gonna be doing a version that's realistic and a comic version. I decided to make two because I had the spare parts and I had an extra suit by C4 Charles, and I'll probably just be selling it on my Etsy so you can have it as well. Did you know these stickers are actually edible? This next part, I'm gonna use the flashpoint method where I got the Tamiya, you know? It's just the brown. I don't have the kind of brown he has, but I have this one. So I'll just water it down. This one is by Vallejo. You know what? I give up. I'm gonna use the airbrush. I just can't. That's too much water. It's too much, you know. If you don't know what the flashpoint method is, I recommend you check out his YouTube, Flashpoint Customs, where basically he's giving down the breakdown on how to create those like realistic skin tones. I'm basically doing the same thing, but in an airbrush. So it just gives me a little bit more control where to place it and where to put the shadows and the washes and all that stuff. So just to give you an understanding, I'll be doing the comic and the realistic and the messed up one. I think the comic ones, I'm gonna go for more of a simplistic skin tones, while the realistic one, I'll try to go for realistic, of course. I think my favorite one is gonna be the messed up one where he's like has a hole in his face, just because you don't have to follow the rules as much with that one, just as long as it gives you like a basic tone and you could do a really good splatter, it'll look really good. And after putting it all together, you get this. Here's also a size comparison between one another. I think this one is going to be a little bit taller just because of the boot mod I did on that one. I couldn't calculate it exactly, but overall I'm pretty happy with the end result. As you see on this one, I updated the belt so it can be just a little bit more accurate with the actual grooves. But yeah, I mean, I like the messed up face probably the most. I like the realistic proportions with the face. That was pretty fun too. But yeah, this one's going to be available on my Etsy. I will add the mods for the calves. If you decide to change that in the future, I'll just add those as well. This one I'm keeping because that's mine. And then next is going to be this guy. So I think by the time this video hits, we should be at 20K. We are so close, but I'll be doing something special for y'all, either like a free file or something like that, so you guys can download and paint. But yeah, this one is gonna be up next, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, you already know the drill. Like, comment. Thank you. Bye.